Hello, welcome back to Elephant. Yeah, alright, let's keep going. Last episode, I remember we got pretty stuck in a level. Yes, this level, this one. Oh jeez. Getting pretty stuck here. We were trying to work with teleporters, we were trying to get this glyph out. But using only one of these guys. We ran into several issues. I'm not sure if I'm ready enough to get back to doing any of this just yet. Alright, we noticed that because this glyph is facing rightwards, and because it's the only glyph that faces rightwards, it cannot change the direction of anything until it attaches to an aleph, so it's the only vowel. It must connect to either this or this. The ability to connect this glyph here over there is very important. It would be possible in several scenarios. If it was somehow possible to leave this alone and also connect up here. So this looks great, except that I need this to be unbonded. I need this to be unbonded. I'm not sure there's anything I can do to prevent that. So my plan is to be able to find out if there is a way to have multiple things try and bond with this glyph at once. If that were possible, I could sneak this past. Like if that could happen, it's possible that no connection here can be made. But I'm not sure if that's a thing I can make happen. Like I can't move the glyph. And I can't move multiple of these at the same time, unless I can. Although I'm not entirely sure how I would do so. Either that or I found some other way to... Just... Either that or I find some other way to, you know, play around with that glyph. What other things I know are also things you can do in this game? Or I don't know, but I know there's an achievement for breaking something. There's an achievement whose description is literally break something. I have no idea what that means. There's an achievement for come closer and an achievement for break something. I have no idea at all what that means. I'm not sure if that might be alluding to different the next world, or something, because I don't know how many chapters there are. I know there is another chapter after this at the very least, but I don't know if there are two chapters after this or not. So yeah, I'm still figuring out if this is possible or not. If I looked at the special levels in the previous couple of worlds, couple of chapters, I will notice that in it's generally possible for you to set up a way to have multiple... Ooh. That looks very interesting. This doesn't require a glyph movement. Oh. Okay, but it does require diagonals. I do know in the previous world, in chapter 1, this one, required glyph movement at the very least. So it required this, plus something like this. Yeah, and glyph movement allowed the glyph to sort of do that. Yeah, that's how that worked. But, okay, neither of them look possible here. So it must be a third thing then, right? No diagonals. No glyph movement. I don't see any glyph movement possible with anything besides this. This is the only way I can actually move a glyph. And the only glyph I can move is that one. And even so, there are kind of multiple reasons why that would fail. Is it possible to move two alephs in two vowels in such a way that I get them to point at multiple things at once? This? No, they don't point at the same thing. This? No. Okay. Still, I then feel like another thing is possible here, right? Okay, hold on. I want to try playing around with this idea. Oops. This looks very interesting. I wonder if something can change there. If I did the other with the other glyph then. Yeah, that's what makes that thing look very unretrievable. Unless I have a portal that can do something about that. Unless I have another portal that can do something about this, it's kind of not easy at all to make anything happen here. I need to enter that space, but I cannot. As you can see. That's because this exists. And I don't know if I can block that glyph or prevent it from... Maybe I could somehow prevent it from being... I can't push anything in there, right? But like... No, that doesn't change a thing. That makes things a lot worse. I can't actually leave this thing at all. Yeah, I can't leave this thing at all. So yeah, it's still not going to work. I'm really not sure if I should come back to this level later or if I should keep trying. I know that the one level I got stuck on in like the last episode, I eventually got back on the next episode, but I'm not sure if this is possible. Push here. See, okay, so these guys can only connect to the Aleph in very specific ways. They need to be in these positions. Question is it ever possible to get two things in that position at once? There is. Watch this. It's these two, but with a buffer in the center. There you go, that's your interruption. Or, not interruption, that's your... Look at that. What a move. Oh, but we don't want to do that either. Well, I want to do a lot of things for this, yeah. So I want to do this, and then I want to push one of them away. In fact, I probably want to push both of them away. Yeah, I can do that, okay. There you go. That's very useful for me. Okay, so I definitely need this to be connected. Ooh, this is fine. I can do this. I can get this one to connect to a teleportation, and once I do, I can use the portal at the bottom to get back to all of them. Nice. Okay, there's your interruption. It just took forever for me to find that interruption. But sure. Okay, communication level. So this is related to you. Now, I forget what happened here. So let's see. Two oxes talk to each other. Gotta write this down. One, the ox are shouting. One ox yells and runs away. The other doesn't, but yells that way. The direction seems interesting. Yes, let's look about the directions where they make sounds. Because now there aren't any more speech bubbles, but they still face directions before saying things. So one goes left. One goes up right, then up left. They move forward in their respective directions. The other one moves up right and leaves. Then that one winks and then moves left and leaves. It looks like the first one didn't include a dash or a portal, right? The first sound, yeah, that didn't include any portaling. These ones, well, okay, yeah, look at that. Those are two sounds before the portal occurs. That can denote something. So it's a normal dash with a, I think this one, a dash without, no, yeah, a sound without a portaling effect. Could be just the directional change glyph. Right? Then there are two sounds before the two portalings. Then crap, the two portalings are generally in the same time though, so I can't really understand how you would define that. The portaling effects are at the same time. An up diagonal before a portal, and then a left before a portal. So I'm just gonna like try and translate exactly what's going on here. I've actually seen the communication level, so let's just look at what it's all about. Okay, so yeah, we have 4 portal symbols, and yeah, there are 4 portals that do occur. We have one of these guys, and yes, one of that occurs. One sound without portaling occurs. So okay, so look at this question. Does this count as a portal? And if I don't portal through, that still counts. A portaling indicates an effect, which rewrites it on the conversation. Interesting. Okay. Okay, very interesting. The first thing is definitely to step on the this thing first. I just have no idea what this one's about. But we then need up lefts and uprights. Up lefts? How in the world am I gonna get up left and up right like this? Can move these guys. I can sort of move these guys around. So there you go. That's one that goes this way. There's just a. Wait, this Aleph is not facing the right direction. This Aleph is facing. This Aleph is facing right. The sounds are facing left. Well, okay, no. You know why? The sound is going towards the left. But that means that the left is the bottom of the glyph, which is where the symbol should be. So, okay, which means that an upright direction actually counts as a down right symbol. Right? Oh, I've got to redraw my glyphs then. Okay, so instead of drawing directions, I'm going to redraw each direction as a glyph. You can't really see this, but the leftward is more so a symbol like this. Therefore, an up left is actually a vowel glyph pointing down right. And then an up right is a vowel symbol pointing down left. Yeah. And then I need the 2 portals, I guess. And then there's another one of these guys. Plus finally a leftward before a portal. But a leftward before a portal is more like a rightward facing Aleph. Okay. I think I have it. I have what I want here. There are definitely more things I need to try and figure out. Like how in the world to decipher? To work with all those things down there. I can portal into them, which is good. Okay. So, let's do one here and one here. That will give me the directions I need. Ooh, you are very stuck. Very, very stuck, in fact. You will have to connect to something. Do you have to? You kinda do have to. And that's not true. But you can't move left or you can't move right. You don't have to connect to anything right now, but I suppose I can do this, and then move you away and then do this. Doesn't this rewrite them? It does rewrite it. Oh, I'm only given 1 redirection ability then. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So here we need a glyph that points rightwards. We have one of those. We need a glyph that points down diagonal, and we need another glyph that points down diagonal. Now, because I can't do this, doing this actually locks me out. I can't move this away, otherwise a glyph in the wrong direction will occur. Pushing this down just gets that to be really bad. One of these has to just be sacrificed and turn into a glyph of some sort. And I think that's fine. It's a direction I want. So a glyph there, it's okay. The last thing also needs to be in the direction I want, actually. So I want two things that are pointing down left. Oh. Well then I suppose this is forced. Which means I must make these immediately. There you go. These are all the directions that I need. Of course, lots of things are going to go wrong here. Stepping on this without a portal does right it. Interesting. According to the conversation, I don't know. There were talks before the portaling, right? They made a sound, and then they portaled together. Like, does that mean I use two portals at the same time? If I were to somehow... Okay, let's see if I can set that up. There you go, I can... I can't really set up two portals at the same time, can I? Doesn't look very plausible. You know what? I can probably do that by... I can do that by doing this. Hold on. Okay. Alright. Let's just see what happens if I mash the portal twice at the same time. You get the two portals. Oh, your two portals lead to a third glyph that I don't know what that glyph is supposed to be. It definitely can't be another one of those Alephs, I think. No, not true. Yes, true. Unless the connections already occur. See, the thing about this happening is that this guy? What is this gonna connect to? Nothing. How? It can't connect to anything. Not that I know of, at least. Those things down there are very stuck. And, like... Yeah, the LFs mean I can't pull anything out, really. Unless connections already occurred, I can stand here and probably pull this out. Pulling this out from here definitely causes a change in direction. And will be true no matter what. Even if I move this, you get the same issue. You get one change here. So no. This looks good though. This looks like the only real starting point that I need to work from. I suppose at the very least I can sort of move around here. I know that I can push this around here pretty okayly. I don't want to do that yet. I'll push you down. Then I want to use this to push down. So that gets that. I can enter there if I wanted to, and that gets the final thing, right? Yeah, I wish I can do one final portal and then end the level. This glyph has no reason for existing. I don't see at all what it's to do unless I misinterpreted it, and this is supposed to point the other direction. Okay, let's try this one more time and watch carefully. I wish I could slow this down, but no. Normal speak. There. The two ups, then two portals. Upright. There's a wink. What does that even mean? Then a left. Upright. Then left. Fits with what I'm doing. I need two uprights. And two uprights means that the glyph has to be pointing down left. Which I am setting up. I'm setting it up like so. This is... I suppose it might be interesting to think about having this and this be the ones that are pointing... Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. Okay. So, So this has to be here and... Yeah, but... Oh, no. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. I thought this was gonna lock me in, but there's just a column I can stand in. That allows this to be maneuvered out of the way. And now... Oops. And now I can have multiple things that... Oof. I don't quite like this. I think this is fine though. There you go. Okay, I need to have freed out the rest. I think I could have freed out the rest by shifting one of them to be slightly up. No, that's not good. Okay, what if I... okay. What if I... You there. Could you not be in such an awful position right now? Ah, that's also bad. Okay, hold on. I need to be here. That allows a successful swap in positioning. You know what? I think I'll take this. I'll take this as an okay position to have. Yeah, this is fine. Push down. Push you up. Hold on. You probably can't be there. Okay. You know what? I think this... Ooh. Okay. Oh, this guy couldn't have been here either. This guy has to be a bit out. Okay, hold on. Let's say I don't take this as an answer. How do I swap positions then? What the heck? Oh, wow, this is... Wait, what? That, I cannot believe that works. But this is bad, I can't... Yeah. Okay, this, you know what? This is fine. Oops. Actually, no, this is not fine at all. I can't actually get that guy out. The guy has to stay there. Oh, well then that's a problem. Right? I think it is a problem. It looks like a problem to me, at the very least. But you know what? Let's say this is fine. For some awkward reason, let's say this is okay. Okay, you know what? Maybe before this, then they have to be maneuvered out. Yeah, maybe a connection like this has to occur first. Of course, I'm pretty sure this one has to go in first. But how does this... Yeah, this can go out, actually, yeah. I know this is good, but doesn't this glyph need to be there first? No, they both connect to the same thing. What? No, even then it wouldn't work. This glyph needs to be where this thing is. To connect to that one. What? Oh, that's really awkward. You can do some fancy stuff, but then you get another directional change there. Okay. Yeah, you got a bunch of what? Wonky. Jeez. Yeah, you get a bunch of wonky stuff. I think this is fine, actually. I think I just figured out how to get... Yeah, I figured out how to get something good to happen. Yeah, there you go. Now I can maneuver these guys around slightly. This one's stuck. Okay, let's not push that far. I guess pushing it one less far is also fine. Is that true? Yes, that's absolutely okay. There you go. So now, with these out of the way... I know stepping on one of these is already okay. I still on two of them, that's not good, but... This connection needs to occur. So like this... Followed by this... Oops. Ooh, that's not great. If I wanted... See, this is two... this is like... This is not two teleportations at once. Can there be two teleportations at once here? Doesn't look possible, honestly. Unless these guys stack on each other. Which, you know, actually does seem pretty okay now that I think about it. Like, look at that. There you go. That's 2 at once. Just 2 in the wrong order. It has to be... Yeah, that's completely wrong. I think I'm getting the idea. I just don't understand. Well, the problem with this is that it's hard to understand what's possible and what's not. Right? If I knew that something was possible, I wouldn't go pursue it. But you know, I'm forced to interpret the puzzle here, and then besides that, I'm also forced to. You know, I'm forced to interpret the puzzle. See, I have everything in the right direction. I hope. Everything can technically also bond with something else here. However, you get a bunch of inconveniences trying to do so. Like, this guy has to be moved away, but how? You have to step in. You have to step in there to move it away. Doing this doesn't help? I suppose technically if I did this, I wouldn't actually need to... I can push that up though, that's why I'm stuck. Okay, you know what? If... Okay. If you got stuck... If you got stuck here, if you got stuck there... Oh, then I get some weird double bonding nonsense. That's not great. That's not what I think is necessary. Also, I can't really get you out at this point, can I? Oh, that might be another problem. Oops. Suppose I can do this. Maybe try? That seems okay. Okay. I think I gotta... Yeah, I gotta sort of do that. Do a opposite looking maneuver. Crap. Okay, hold on. Do that. Okay, there you go. What an awful set of moves. But yeah, look at that. That forms a very awkward maneuver. Also, I suppose I have to do this to prevent that from happening. Also we're kind of stuck here, but I think I'm actually fine. Look at that. If... I was thinking if I could maneuver this to be here, then yeah, we could actually have something like that happen. It's just... no, because... Well, let's say I had the opposite occur, right? Let's say I actually tried to do that, but without the buffer in the center. Okay. Push you down. Yeah. And then I set up whatever I wanted to set up. If I enter here, I just cannot leave. That's why I wanted another buffer there, but another buffer there doesn't really help me at all. A buffer there, in fact, creates a lot more problems. If I did the opposite, where this goes in first and connects to that, that's still an issue. That's still an issue. That's not the right order to do things in. And I'm still not sure how to get this glyph out if that's possible at all. It doesn't look possible until all connections have been made. Because if you try and pull this up, you're always gonna get some weird redirection, which I don't like. You always get a weird redirection, which is horrible. So it looks like that's sort of not really accessible for now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You just need to be there. How in the world do I get you there? So many pushes that don't actually work. Gosh. This is like annoying or what? I can sort of get you in, like, I can do this kind of thing. But technically... You know what? Oh, that's really interesting. Hold on. Ooh. That's slightly more interesting than I wanted to be. I do know it's also technically a failure. But that is so interesting. I just want to pursue that thought. So let's swap these guys around. What I generally wanted to do is this first. Look at that. That's so interesting. But no, I can't do that. I get a double diagonal, which doesn't work. And the last one doesn't even connect to it either. Doesn't connect to that. So yeah, that looks so cool, but no, it does not. It's so close to being cool, but it's not close enough. How in the world am I supposed to do anything here then? I hope I'm not misinterpreting. I hope I'm not misinterpreting the puzzle, right? I really hope I'm not. See, these can only be interacted with by the left and the down diagonal. Down right. Down left doesn't work on any of these, and down right. Okay, the left one only works on you. It doesn't work on you. So you can only really be affected by this guy. Which means that it's... Well, from what I know, it's forced to make that movement. But anything else causes multiple of those, which I don't like. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's okay. You know, I'm telling me, sorry, something's telling me that it's not okay. Something's telling me it's absolutely not okay to do that. You know what, this was actually a much easier way to get this setup done. I don't know why I had such confusion in the past. But like, even if somehow it's possible... I can push this further out. Even if somehow it is possible to... What in the world am I doing? I need to get in there for free. Even if it was somehow possible to like redirect this like so, like look at that, that's so many redirections. Is that okay? That's a redirection. I mean, it is, but it's a very horrible positioning of everything. I'm wondering if I could have... That does just get stuff very stuck, though. Like, if I were to do this, and this entire thing is stuck as well. I guess I can still pull stuff out. Maybe that's necessary. Let's say it is necessary. Oh, I don't like this position. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. I can still work around this, I think, very slightly. Okay. Oh. Okay. I wanna make it so that I can... I want to make it so that like something like this can happen. Look at that. Okay, well, firstly, that does make double of those. It puts a double there. I can't pull that thing out though. I cannot pull this guy out. And yeah, I can't. Can do this though. That looks interesting, right? And I can leave, so that's how I get those things to occur. Suppose now I can do the cool thing of pushing this in. There you go. Ta-da! Of course, it's still wrong. You know. On account of it being fairly impossible to hit this thing down there. I guess what's interesting is that even in this sort of nasty position, I can do some pretty cool stuff. Not that kind of stuff, but I could almost set up like a you know, a chain, a huge chain of portals. Not like this, no, but I could if I wanted to set up a huge chain of portals. Okay. I think I'm gonna go look at the this thing one more time. You are facing this way when making your sound. That way, that way. Yeah, it's a double portal? I mean, it's not even a double portal, you could just be activating them at once. But when the sound is made... It's more so the first one doesn't activate a portal. The second one activates a portal twice, right? Yeah, I could see that happening. In fact... No, but a portal twice... How many symbols is that even? See, depending on what symbol goes where, you get a different line coming out here. Depending on where you portal to, which I guess is the... I don't know what that's all about. Like, that's just really awkward. Like, hello? That is just really awkward. Okay. So... It appears that... No, you know why? I don't know why. No, what am I even saying at this point? That's so wrong. It has to be activating this first. Doesn't do anything. Then activating this and standing on it, which then teleports you twice? That would reactivate this guy, right? Would it? Like, okay, let's say we then went with the, you know, the really stupid idea of doing this. I first activate you, and then I activate you to teleport twice. Well, firstly, that's actually really hard to do. Although possible, it's entirely possible. Okay. It is entirely possible to do that. Albeit pretty challenging. I had to be here from the other side. Oh, well, I could do that. I could try this. See, look at that. That's a very interesting move. I think that's very interesting. Huh. That does get two of these symbols with only one of these. Maybe this doesn't have to be in that direction. Next we have... Then what? Then I need... Well... It then looks like I need another one of these guys. So I don't actually know. Maybe not. That looks very fascinating though. That's really bad. But I feel like there's something to do with that particular thing. It's something that doesn't portal followed by something that double portals. That's super interesting to me. Then it's just one step one portal, then one step one portal. But I don't know how to accomplish that. It's almost like they sort of want you to be in here, really. But I get I get two no portals in here. So maybe, okay, you know what I should do? Let's not have you be here first. Let's have you do that. Ugh, okay. You know what? If you were slightly above, could that actually work? That is a double portal after a single portal. That doesn't change any directions. Now I'm stuck. I'm very stuck. I can't leave because that causes another portal. That does cause another portal in the right direction though. Which I find super fascinating. That is the right direction of portal I want. That I assumed I had to use this for. But now I have a whole surplus of symbols that I have to try and hit. So like, yeah, it's this, then this. But wow, that produces the symbols I want. Maybe I don't have to complete everything. I just need a left-facing... No. No. See, the problem now is that I don't want this yet. I still want this thing to connect to something. Like, this is okay. But you kind of need to be... Like, you sort of need to be there, right? Okay, well, these things are all very stuck. Let's try and not get them to do these things to me. Let's do that. No. Okay. Did you have to be here? Yeah, I don't think I could have pushed you up. I mean, I think I could have pushed you up, actually. Hold on. If I could have rearranged a bunch of stuff. Probably could have done some... that thing's stuck. Okay, hold on. No. Alright, well, let's just go back to our original plan. Because this plan clearly isn't working. How do we do that just now? How in the world do we get that to happen? Like this. See, I would like that. But, you know, just in a better spot, I guess? That's so cool, but... Still... I need to get you into the right spot. I suppose if I did this... no. I suppose if I did this, it doesn't really count as a portal. Yeah, okay. So that actually won't activate anything for me. That's good. Can now activate this. So yeah, that activates that. I guess that's interesting. For a lot of cool reasons, you won't actually get portals here. And then this final thing, but no. Firstly, it doesn't complete the level. Actually, I think completing the level is what is required for that to occur, right? How many left portals am I even expected to do anyway? It looks like one left click plus one left portal. One left sound plus one left portal. I wonder if it's ever possible to make two left direction things here. Is that ever useful? How do I preserve that direction? I can't do that. There would need to be two of those in this row, and that just doesn't work. Oh, this looks cool. I really like this, but I needed something better. I need to be able to leave this chamber. I don't know if I like that or not. Because that produces way too many symbols for me. Are those all the symbols I want, really? They might not be, actually. There might be 4 symbols that I need. But those 4 symbols have to be in a different order. Oh, not really. These the most recent 2 symbols will always be the same. So it's sound of up, then a down diagonal, which causes the portaling of both. Then the portaling of this guy. Activate and portal. I should do a bunch of stuff around this thing at this point. As long as no portal is activated, I can actually move stuff around as I please. The final step here. There needs to be a portal from you somewhere, plus a portal from you somewhere. A portal from you somewhere sounds really interesting, but doesn't really help. If I could get... wait, what could I get to happen? A leftward has to be in there. We don't do that. Like this, but this is way too many of the wrong direction either way. Yeah, this is just incorrect. I don't get in there. Unless I use... I'm interpreting this very wrong, I think, is what's going on. I have to be interpreting this super wrong for me to just not be able to get anywhere. Like, this looks good, but this doesn't match what the thing says. I don't understand at all what's going on in the conversation then. And I don't think any number of times entering this conversation will I get something useful. It just is sound, 2 sounds, 2 dashes, 2 portals, sound, portal, wink, sound, portal, wink. I am overthinking that wink. That's... I'm definitely overthinking that. It blinks. These guys blink before they make sounds. They don't, they just blink whenever they wish. I need to rewatch this. I don't understand anything that's going on here. No, I don't get it at all. That way... That way, that way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it off here. I really need to re-evaluate or reinterpret this. This is just not it. I don't know if it's possible to move on to the next world yet. I want to do this, but at the same time, I think I'm gonna skip this if I really cannot find out anything else here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that eventually. Okay, well, I guess I'm done for today. Yeah, I'll try and think about this. I'll see if I get anywhere closer. Until then though, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.